good morning and happy Mother's Day. It just seems like this year is going so quickly, and I can't believe it's already Mother's Day weekend here, but we're celebrating here at Michigan Farm and Garden, just like I hope you are at home. We're going to give you some great ideas of things that you can do, and I'm very excited because we are going to start and continue actually our celebration of May is Beef Month, and I have George Quackenbush back with me. We're going to talk about some of the health benefits of beef, and then he's going to share a great recipe. So being Mother's Day weekend, well, I'll have some ideas and some hints and a wonderful recipe that you may want to take a look at if you're thinking of making a special meal for your mom. Then also we are going to give you an update on the apple crop. We certainly know that it's been a challenging year when we look at some of the fruits and we look at some of the frosts and the freezes. So Diane Smith is with the Michigan Apple Committee, and she's going to talk to us a little bit about the crop, some of their activities, some of the things that are going on as far as the apple industry, and kind of give us an update and let us know what's up there. Then we are also going to talk about one of those upcoming festivals. And if you watched us last weekend, we had Sue Beal on, and we talked about the great opportunity we have here in the state of Michigan and the wonderful festivals and events. Well, I had a great opportunity, and Scott McKenzie is here, and we are going to talk about the National Morel Mushroom Festival. And folks, that's much harder to say than you think. But Scott's going to talk a little bit about it, what's going on, and even give you some information if you've never been mushroom hunting before. There's an opportunity to go to the festival, learn what you need to do, and then go out and go hunting and participate in that national championship. So lots of good information, lots of good stuff going on here in the state of Michigan. And we will be back with our first guest right after the Michigan Farm and Garden Fact of the Week.
It's time for the Michigan Farm and Garden Fact of the Week, brought to you by the Corn Marketing Program of Michigan.
Beef Checkoff research shows that on average, a 3-ounce serving of lean beef has only 153 calories, yet is a naturally rich source of 10 essential nutrients. A 3-ounce cooked serving of beef is about the size of a deck of cards. Beef is an excellent source of protein, a powerful nutrient that helps strengthen and sustain bodies and hearts. And many cuts of beef are 20% leaner on average than USDA data indicated just 15 years ago. For more information, go to mibeef.org.
Corn touches your life every day. With over 600 items in the store that contain corn, it's America's renewable resource. There are amazing new products made from corn, like comforters, clothes, corn stoves, dinnerware, and of course, ethanol.
Corn, America's renewable resource, powering industry, feeding America, and fueling the future.
Thanks to Michigan's corn farmers, the future is bright for innovative products made from corn. To learn more about how corn touches your life, visit our website.
And welcome back. We are back with Diane Smith of the Michigan Apple Committee. Diane, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Jody. I'm glad to be here.
It's good to have you here, and you guys always have with Apple so much good, fun, exciting news, and especially being grower funded. And today I'm tapping you to talk about one of those projects that came from one of the grower initiatives, asking some questions.
Okay, well, yeah, we started a whole Pure Michigan Apples program with the Pure Michigan Group. This all came about last year when we did some focus groups in the Chicago area. And the consumers there all really, talked about the fact that they knew Michigan.org. They knew Pure Michigan, they knew it by name, seemed like a great fit. We can be, apple orchards can be a destination, so it was a perfect fit for the Pure Michigan people and for us. And we've been able to use it the past year. We started the partnership last spring, and so we were able to use it first time last fall when the new apple crop came about.
So really nice to watch it come together. And I think sometimes people at home don't realize, you know, grower funded, working for growers, but you still need to make sure you ask that consumer, because being an ag, we have our perceptions, but they're very different than consumers.
They really are. They really are. And I think using the Pure Michigan name really resonates with people. So being able to put it on different point of sale materials, put it right at the store level, and bins that we put in the stores, having our chefs in there demoing the apples as they see the bins, it really brings back to the person's mind, hey, this is from Michigan, it's pure Michigan, it's a pure product, and they love it.
Well, and Diane, I'm very excited because not often do we have audio, but you brought audio with you, so we're going to go ahead and play that and also have some pictures and graphics to show folks what's really going on in the stores, but the voiceover and everything on the spot is awesome. So we will go ahead and take a listen to that, and then we will come back and chat a little bit more.
Okay.
There's something special about coming from a small town. An honesty, an integrity, a simple down-to-earth goodness not found anywhere else. The kind we find in towns with names like Conklin, Dexter, and Sparta. Towns that grow Michigan apples on 950 family-run farms throughout the state. Farms that benefit from sun-drenched days, cool nights, and soil made hardy by the Great Lakes. To grow apples with names like Honeycrisp, Jonagold, Gala, and Fuji. With 20 varieties to choose from, we're sure to find one that's perfect for a family recipe, to put in our kids' lunches, or to grab as we run out the door. And because they're grown right in our backyard, we know they're just down the road fresh. So next time we go shopping, let's look for a bag of Michigan apples, where small town goodness will be found inside, as will a taste that's pure Michigan. Learn more at michigan.org.
Diane, that was awesome, I do have to say.
It's a great ad. I mean, you know, the whole dreamy voice of Tim Allen, he does such a great job with those commercials, and we've been able to even use that in store radio in a lot of retailers. So we use that mainly in radio buys in Chicago and Detroit, which are two key markets for our growers. And we were also, like I said, able to use it in the store, as you saw in some of those pictures that ran during the advertisement of the in-store displays using those Pure Michigan apple bins. So it was a great tie-in all around.
Well, and I think it's so neat when we watch those partnerships, and I believe you guys were the first, and now I think a lot of the other groups are saying, wait, we want it too, we want it too.
We were trailblazers, so it's a great thing for us.
Well, and I think it's such a great fit. And when we think of the Pure Michigan and think of the destination, there's so many ways that your farm markets, your apple orchards, all that stuff kind of ties in, and you guys have even been looking at ways to make it easier to get back to the farm, meet that farmer, and experience Michigan.
We really have, and we went into this whole development with other groups. We went in with the Michigan Cider Makers Guild, the Michigan Ag Tourism Association group, and the Michigan Farmers Market group, and the Apple Committee also went in together to develop a mobile app so that we could take people back to the farm market and allow them to, you know, get in touch with the farmer, get to know what's going on out there, and teach people about agriculture, which I think is really important.
So if I'm at home and I'm someone that says, you know what, and my husband and I with Rachel, we love to go and stop and get the jams and the jellies and just take advantage of that, how do I get it on my phone? Where do I go? What do I need to do?
If you just go to Michigan Farm Market Finder, if you just Google that, you can find that in the iTunes store. It is a free app available to anybody. We are working on an app for the Droid platform as well, but it's a little more complicated and requires a little bit more background to be done. So the iPhone app was a great app. We were able to work with a developer that already had it developed, so we were able to do it very minimal cost to the groups, and they all partnered together to get that done. So in the future, look for it on the Droids as well. We're going to work on that.
Well, and we'll have you back on and we'll tell folks
Yes.
it's there. It seems like we always run out of time too fast, so I want to make sure we talk about this really cool promotion you guys have coming.
Yes, we do. We're working right now with some grant, especially Crop Black grant funds. We're doing a restaurant roadshow. We're going to reach out to the restaurant people such as the Outbacks, the Applebee's of the world. I know one thing that's always kind of stuck with people is, You can go to Applebee's, but there's nothing with apple on the menu. So we're working on that, and we're working on some appetizers, and we're also looking at the ooey gooey desserts and getting those out there, some sundaes using apples, something that our chef can demo to these companies and show them the great versatility of apples.
Well, and I know you have here, you're showing us right here, the great versatility. As folks are thinking, summertime's coming, it's time to get out there, it's time to go visit and learn more about Michigan apples.
It really is, and we have a lot of we had a huge crop last year, so there are a lot of great apples still available at your grocery store, so I encourage everybody to get out there and buy some.
Awesome. Well, Diane, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Folks, I'll make sure I put some information on MichiganFarmandGarden.com. I will make sure that I link back to the Michigan Apple Committee. Diane mentioned the apps available. I will give you information there. And also get out there, visit our Michigan apple orchards, visit those farm markets, and take advantage of all we have here in the state of Michigan. Folks, make sure you stay tuned. We'll be back with our next guest right after this message.
The Cherry Marketing Institute wants you to know about tart cherries. Cherry's red color comes from powerful antioxidants. Available year-round, it's easy to incorporate cherries into your daily diet. Visit choosecherries.com.
Michigan's 1,000 apple growers take pride in producing delicious apples from one generation to the next. From the Great Lakes come great flavors. Look for locally grown Michigan apples.
Have Jody speak at your next agricultural event. Go to jodylive.com.
And welcome back. We are back with Scott McKenzie. He is president of the Northern Michigan Tourist Association and also a longtime committee member of the Morel, it's harder to say than you think, Morel Mushroom National Festival. Did I get it?
Pretty close.
Pretty
It's
close?
the National Morel Mushroom Festival, and this is our
Thank you.
52nd year. of doing
Oh,
this.
awesome. Well, welcome back to the show.
Well, thank you.
It's good to have you here, and you know, we have such a good viewership up in Northern Michigan, and there's so many events and activities, and I heard about this and said, Scott, you got to come back on and talk about it. This is an awesome festival for folks to get out to.
It really is an amazing festival, and it's a great opportunity to kind of, for us up north and for folks downstate want to come up and celebrate with us, kind of shake the cobwebs off, get the cabin fever off, and get out and really celebrate springtime in northern Michigan, because it is beautiful. I mean, the trillium are starting to pop up, and when you get out into the forest, the forest floor is just blanketed in this beautiful white three-petal flowers. The trillium, some of them are a little pink and purplish. It's just absolutely gorgeous time to be out in the woods and just breathe in that fresh, clean spruce of brisk air.
There you go.
A little tongue twister.
Well, and certainly, you know, I think when we look at one of those things, mushroom hunting is certainly one of those activities that have become really family activities, and you can get everybody out and get everybody involved.
And it's great, especially if you have younger kids, because they're closer to the ground. It's easier for them to find them. It really is a neat time to get out into the woods, and we are so lucky in this all over the state of Michigan that the state's done a great job in preserving state land, and there's a lot of it. But we're even more lucky where we are. Just where I live in Boyne City, just east of us, there's 64 square miles of state land where I do a lot of mushroom hunting. But what happened 52 years ago, there was a couple of guys sitting around in a local bar arguing about who was better at picking morels. And so they actually had a contest, and it's turned into our National Morel Mushroom Festival major competition. And people come from all, we had a guy last year came from Greece.
Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
So people are coming from all around the world to come and celebrate the elusive morel with us.
Well, and I think a nice thing too is you guys kind of also help lay the groundwork. So if there's folks out there, if you haven't been mushroom hunting before, you can learn how and then maybe even win.
Well, I'll rattle off real quick, but if I go too fast, go to morelfest.com, and there's a brochure there that tells you the whole schedule of events. And because it starts with a carnival, there's a showcase of local musicians, great bands and entertainment come from all around on Thursday night. So we have a kind of a locals gathering, and everybody's invited, but it's really kind of the locals that come in. But it'd be a great chance for you to see how we really do things up there. And then there's a craft show starts on Saturday or on Friday. The Michigan Outdoor Recreation Experience Living Show. Now, Friday afternoon, if you're brand new at hunting for morels, you come out with for the morel seminar at 4 o'clock, and a world champion morel picker, Tony Williams, comes out. He's a real character too, but he'll tell you how to hunt for them and what he does, some of his fine tips. And then right after that, our local Kiwanis Club will take you out. We load you up in some buses. We'll have 3 or 4 buses, and we'll take you with the Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts, make sure nobody gets lost. We'll take you out and show you how to hunt for morels ourselves. So, and then the next morning, you wake up with a morel breakfast, and then the national hunt. We'll have 9 or 10 buses full of people. We take you out to that secret spot out there in Chandler Hill where there's 64 square miles, and we'll take you out, and you have 90 minutes to pick as many morels as you possibly can, and you're actually docked if you're late. But while you're out there hunting for morels, in town under the big, huge tent, we've got a wonderful opportunity where there's the Taste of Morels that's happening, where we have 15, 20 restaurants all doing wonderful morel dishes, and you buy a string of tickets and take them, and you can try anything you want. But what I skipped, see, I told you there's a lot. What I skipped on Friday night, we have Thornetta Davis is coming. She's going to perform in the Big Tent. She's an amazing blues artist. She backed up for Bob Seger. She's bringing her full band, and she's going to be up there on stage. So our Friday night and our Saturday night entertainments are fantastic. And now we added the Thursday night with the local bands. And then Saturday night we have the Great Morel Giveaway, which is happening, where if you go into the local shops in town, you go down and you register, they're going to give you 2 pounds of morels if they draw your name out. And so you start at one end of the town in Boyne City, and you go all the way down, boom, 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 boom. So theoretically, you could probably win, I don't know, 60 pounds of morels.
Oh,
but
wow.
you know, the odds of that happening are pretty slim, but you could. So there's a great chance to do that. And then Saturday night, we have a band called Audio Circus. They're an edgy, fun rock band. So there's be fun folks pulling from all around the town. And then on Sunday, there's more stuff, more entertainment going, Eat TNT, and so, another great band. So it's just a wonderful time to celebrate springtime, get out into the woods, have fun, and taste some of the bounty that Mother Nature has to offer us.
Well, and Scott, I love your enthusiasm and your energy. And, you know, especially now, folks are looking at a lot of folks, you know, we're on a budget, doing what we can. And there's so many things like this that you can do that are an amazing time that you're not looking at a lot of costs.
You can go and do this. It doesn't cost you a nickel except for getting there and back. You can go out and hunt in the woods, and there's a lot of places to do it. And plus, you know what, and this season it might be tough picking because, you know, spring came so early. It's kind of a strange season. But when it gets down to the white morels, I think we're going to be all right this time of year. They'll be popping up. You can go out and depending on the plethora that's out there, it could be a challenge. It could be as much as $15 a pound for morels up to about $80 a pound. So, and you can take them and sell them back to local restaurants.
Oh, well, there you go. And it's the 17th, Thursday the 17th?
It starts Thursday the 17th and runs all the way through the following Sunday. So
awesome.
And it's a wonderful time to be in Boyne.
And just real quick, I know you're also president Northern Michigan Tourist Association. Besides this festival, there is a lot of neat stuff to do.
Oh, there's so much to do. I mean, all over the state, but we're pretty good up north at catering to visitors and the locals alike, but there's all kinds of events going on. And matter of fact, one of the coolest things right now, it's starting to happen, you'll see the local family farms are starting to bring their wares to the local farmers markets. And in Boyne City, it's got one of the best farmers markets in northern Michigan. There's probably 60 vendors, some great homemade crafters too, but it's supporting local family farms. And I encourage anybody, wherever you are, wherever there's a farmer's market, go support your local family farm because that preserves the open space, a traditional way of life, and supporting a family to put food on their table and at the same time putting good, healthy food on your table.
Well, and Scott, just real quick, folks at home, if we want to go up north, website, and I'm kind of asking you this out of the blue, but website, where should I go? How do I find out what's up?
I would look at any, in particular, where you want to go in your specific region, but go to the local chambers of commerce. Up north, they're really good about putting calendar of events and things that are going on. You can go to themorelfest.com. That's a great site. Travelnorth.org is a great site. Any of the visitor convention bureaus, those are all great sites because they'll all tell you the really cool and fun things that are happening in their small hometowns.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I love the energy and enthusiasm, folks. Certainly, it makes you want to get out there, take advantage of the bounty that we have here in the state of Michigan. Get out there, see this beautiful state, and do some mushroom hunting. Stay tuned. We'll be back right after this message.
This chicken is beak over claw for meal made from U.S. soybeans. Now, one chicken may not be too much to cluck about, but suppose we add another, and another, and another. Before long, you've got billions of hungry customers around the world all clamoring for the same thing, our soybeans. Learn more about the billion-dollar appetite of animal agriculture at BeyondTheElevator.com. Brought to you by America's soybean farmers and their checkoff.
And welcome back. We are back with George Quackenbush. He is with the Michigan Beef Industry Commission, and we are starting to celebrate May is Beef Month. George, welcome.
Hey, thank you, Jody. Good to be back.
It's good to have you here, and certainly May is Beef Month. There's a lot to celebrate, and especially when we're looking at Mother's Day weekend.
That's right. Yeah, it's Happy Mother's Day, and to you and to mothers all out there. And we talk about Mother's Day, and quite often it's our moms that are very concerned about us eating healthy, and so when we're celebrating Beef Month, it's great because it goes together very well because beef's got such a great nutrition story to tell. When you think of beef, a lot of people don't know that beef is a good or excellent source of 10 essential nutrients for our bodies. So it really keeps us going. And who doesn't know about the protein that beef provides? For a serving of beef, 150 calories is all in one serving, but yet provides 51% of our recommended daily allowance of protein, 39% the recommended daily allowance of zinc, and 37% of the recommended daily allowance of vitamin B12. So just a nutrition powerhouse that really provides a lot of dense nutrients for us, sustains us, keeps us going all summer long through our summer activities, and just gives us minimal number of calories for all that great nutrition.
Well, and George, I think that's so important because I think a lot of people don't realize how nutrient dense it is, how few calories it is, and I know you even have information on some studies that have been done just showing it again and again and again that beef is an excellent choice.
That's right. Beef quite often gets kind of a bad rap as sometimes not being the best for our heart health. And we've actually got some research that shows that beef is really good for your heart health. There was some research done recently at Penn State, and that compared what we call the DASH diet, which is the dietary approach to stop hypertension. And that diet's really looked at as the gold standard among health professionals as a diet that is to reduce blood pressure and cholesterol. Okay, and so we compared that to what we call the BOLD diet, and that BOLD is beef in an optimal lean diet. So we included 4 to 5 ounces of lean beef in those diets, and the subjects that participated in the diet actually decreased their LDL or their bad cholesterol by 10% over the course of the study by including lean beef in the diet. The takeaway is that it's really easy to eat healthy with beef, and contrary to conventional wisdom, beef can really be good for your heart health and lowering your cholesterol and lowering your blood pressure.
Well, and I think that's so important because we don't always get those messages, and to know that beef has that fit, it has your fit in your diet, and it's so good and so diverse. I mean, it's such an easy thing to use.
That's right. There's, you can use beef in most any diet, any meal, and the nice thing is there's 29 lean cuts of beef. There's 29 cuts that are classified as lean, and it's some of the most common that are in the meat case. Shoppers that when they go to the meat case, if they're looking for a lean cut, the easiest thing to remember is that if the word loin or round is in the name of that cut at the meat case, it's lean beef. So all those common 29 lean cuts that you're looking for are readily available at your meat case at your neighborhood store.
Well, and so easy to find, especially May is Beef Month. There's information out there. You guys have point of sale materials, so now isn't a great time to get out and celebrate Beef Month, but also to find those pieces and those cuts.
Absolutely, those cuts, and the recipes are very important too. And the recipes used in the BOLD study, a lot of those came from what we call the Healthy Beef Cookbook, and you have that there. The Healthy Beef Cookbook was put together by the National Cattlemen's Beef Association and the American Dietetic Association, and just a lot of wonderful, healthy, lean recipes using those 29 lean cuts to help folks eat healthy and get those nutrients at the appropriate calorie count that they're looking for.
Well, and I know you guys too have a great website too for folks who are looking for recipes.
That's right.
If you're into the website, let's tell them where to go and to get some.
mibeef.org, and under Cook's Corner you can find all the recipes. There's also great information there about nutrition under our nutrition tab. Beef Story has some videos of some Michigan beef farms, so if you're curious about how beef is raised, it's all right there. If you have questions about cooking beef or questions about a recipe, folks can email an expert right from our webpage. So we're really trying to be a service to beef consumers and help get the information, the nutrition information and the recipes out for folks to use this summer as they're pulling out their grills.
Well, and George, we appreciate that, and we're going to take a quick break.
Sure.
We're going to come back, and you are going to make a Dijon wine kebab. I think there was more, but that's what I got in my head.
That's
So
the important part.
I'm close, right?
You got it.
So we'll have you show us how to make that or to walk us through that, and then if folks are looking for some recipes, we'll make sure they're all set for Mother's Day.
MIBeef.org.
There we go. Folks, stay tuned. We'll be back right after this message at MyBeef.org. Hi, I'm Jody. Corn is America's renewable resource. It can be used to fuel your vehicle and heat your home. Corn is grown in abundance in the state of Michigan, and it is a great alternative to foreign oil when it comes to heating your home. In fact, you can install a corn heater, furnace, or boiler in your own home. These work much the same as conventional furnaces, but they use Michigan-grown corn. By using corn to heat our homes, we're creating a more secure future for everyone. Select Michigan. It's good for you, the grower, and the economy. And welcome back. We are back with George Quackenbush, Michigan Beef Industry Commission. George, I've got to say, welcome back, and I'm liking the apron.
I heart beef for heart healthy lean beef. You got it.
There we go. Well, I'm going to have you jump in and tell us how, because again, this looks and smells wonderful.
Great, thanks, Jody. Well, this recipe is for Dijon wine steak kebabs with wild mushroom rice. Okay, and for this recipe, we used a pound of a beef round tip steak. Sometimes you might see it as a ball tip steak in the grocery store. Cut 1 inch thick. Some red onion, some summer squash, green and red bell peppers, and just the easy wild rice recipes, pre-made rice that you can get at the grocery store. This recipe you would want to marinate the steak again for at least 6 hours or overnight. And so for the marinate is just a few tablespoons of water, some red wine vinegar, some Dijon style mustard, and 2 cloves of garlic minced, some vegetable oil, and a half a teaspoon of coarse ground black pepper. Okay, so that all goes together in a marinade, and then the steak is cut into 1 1/4 inch pieces or so, combined with the marinade in a food-safe plastic bag. Slide that into your refrigerator and let it sit for 6 hours, or like I said, overnight is the easiest thing to do. And then when you assemble the kebabs, the important thing, if you're using the bamboo skewers like we did, is to soak those for at least 10 minutes in some water. That'll help them from burning up on the grill when you throw the kebabs on the grill. And then it's just assembling them onto the kebabs any way you like in any pattern. I like this recipe because there's just a lot of color, and with the peppers and the squash and the onions, and then grilling on an uncovered grill for 8 to 10 minutes. Get some nice grill marks on either side of those kebabs, and it'll soften those vegetables just a little bit as well. And then just serve it with the wild rice, and the wild mushrooms served with the rice as well.
Very easy. It looks absolutely wonderful. Folks, we know it's Mother's Day weekend, so if you want to try this recipe this weekend, visit us online at MichiganFarmandGarden.com, or you can go to beefitswhatsfordinner.com, or you can go to
MIBeef.org.
You can get recipes at all those different places, or you can always send me a self-addressed stamped envelope to Farm and Garden Recipes, Box 461, that's Williamston, 48895, and I will get that recipe right back out in the mail to you, because we know folks can't write that fast.
That's right.
So, very easy recipe, and George and I would say keep celebrating May is Beef Month.
That's right, Jody, and I also wanted to mention that this recipe for Dijon wine steak kebabs is in the Healthy Beef Cookbook.
Awesome. Folks, have a great week. I'll see you back here next weekend.